This is Kelly Weiler here at Girl Upcycled Studio. For those of you that are brand new, please say hello, tell me your name, so you can introduce yourself to not only myself, but to everybody else that is following along in this little creative community that we have. Hello, Heather. How are you? Just a little bit about myself. I have a studio in Ohio in a little town called Zanesville. It's about an hour east of Columbus. And love to meet all of you. So once we are able to open back up, I'd love to see your faces. For right now, I am selling everything online. So all of the products that I'm going to use today in today's live demo, you can get right over on my website at girlupcycledstudio.com, and I will make sure I drop the links over to you. Especially here on YouTube, I'll make sure that I have all of that information in the description. So today what we're going to do is a fun little flea market upcycle, or a flea market flip as they like to call it. So I have this cute little vase right here, and I want to go ahead and start painting it. And let me see with my brush over here, hold on. Brush over here. So I want to go ahead and start painting it so we can get it dried, and I want to do some of the new wax. I've been getting requests for that, for what it looks like, and I think I've sold everything, so I don't have anything to show you guys, so I thought I would just come here and do a live demo. So first of all, let's get started with the paints that I'm going to use today. Today I'm going to use the Debis Design Diary DIY clay-based paint. I'm going to use the colors Faded Burlap, and I've got a little sample here to show you guys the color. I always like to turn it upside down because you can kind of see the color nice on the back. Hello everybody over there on Facebook, I see you too. I may need to adjust your camera real quick. Let me just do that real quick. Hello, hello. See if that's a little bit better. All right. So Faded Burlap is a beautiful, beautiful neutral tone. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's just a nice, natural, earthy tone. Faded Burlap. And then I'm going to use the color, which is called Cowgirl Coral. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, stark coral. All of these colors are highly pigmented, so it's going to cover this very, very well, I think you'll see. Hello, Michelle. How are you? So I'm going to go ahead and I will put these colors over here so you can kind of see maybe in the camera. I don't know if you can see while I paint. And I have some already opened, and I'm going to use my Paint Pixie brush, which I also sell as well. Hello, Maslin, Ohio. Your name just disappeared really quick. I do want to tell you guys, over on YouTube, when you comment, if I don't respond, just comment again, because the comments disappear very quickly. And sometimes I don't always get a chance to see everything. So I'm going to start with Faded Burlap using my Paint Pixie French tip brush. This is the larger brush. I like it really well. And I'm going to start by just kind of pouncing it on there, okay? And what that's going to allow it to do is it's going to give it texture, which I love. The texture is great for when you're doing different finishes on your product for your finished look. So like if you're doing a glaze or a wax, which is what we're doing today, this little texturizing process is going to really look nice with the glazes and the waxes. Notice I'm going down inside this little inside right there. So you always want to kind of go down the lip of anything, whether you're doing something like this, or if you're doing like a terracotta pot, you could totally do this on a terracotta pot too, okay? Let me just stand up real quick. What are y'all doing today? It's Friday. Does everybody know what day it is? Because I don't know half the time with the corona thingy going on right now. It's hard to know what day it is all the time, right? So I'm excited because I just had a little bit of shipping to get finished up today. And those of you that have been ordering from me, I thank you so much. It means so much to little businesses like this, you guys. I don't even think you guys realize what a big deal that is. And when you guys support these little businesses and little boutiques and places like that, especially during times like this, so it means the difference between being open or closing, so it really does matter. Let me turn this so you all can see, because I realize I'm kind of back behind the product. Isn't that going to be pretty? And I'm going to do a little bit of fading in with the Cowgirl Coral. So make sure you stick around and see that pretty finish. I'm trying not to get it on super uber thick, because I know we're just doing a little demo here and I don't want it to take too long to dry. I want to be able to get in there with my wax and use my wax on it. But typically speaking, like if you're waxing on say like a piece of furniture, you would really want to wait, like I would say a good few hours, if not until the next day, to apply that. And I'm so sorry, I noticed a question popped up on YouTube. I wish you guys so much that there was a way that we could stream all in one place, which there was an app I was trying out and it kept crashing, so can't use it. And you guys over on Facebook, it's flickering just a little bit. So if something happens and I lose you, just pop over onto my YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you want to make sure that you do that, because I'm doing more and more over there live now. And the picture's always so good on YouTube. So, but tonight, it is Friday, and I'm excited because my husband, when I left today, he was building a nice little fire. And we're going to be hanging out by the fire tonight and doing the little campfire thing. So we're still having fun, even though I don't know, I don't even want to say stuck at home, because like I love being at home. So I enjoy it. So we're just kind of making the best of the situation, But it's been sunny today and we haven't had sun in a while. So I will turn this so y'all can see what I've done. I'm loving this natural earthy tone. It looks better already, even just with the color here. Sorry guys, I don't think I'm seeing all your questions here on Facebook, so I apologize. I apologize for that. Oh, thank you. Somebody dropped my link on here. I appreciate whoever did that. That's so nice. Might have been Michelle or Heather, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, so we're doing the little campfire tonight, and we've got marshmallows and hot dogs and all that stuff to do the typical thing. Okay. I probably should have had this upside down to start with, because it might stick a little bit, but I think it's going to be pretty. Wait till you see when I start blending those other colors into it. It'll be really pretty. So we're having fun, actually, to be quite honest. This morning my daughter and I made homemade fudge for her boyfriend and her. It's their anniversary of they've been dating a year now, and so she wanted to make them some peanut butter fudge. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so funny because we didn't know what we were doing. we couldn't figure out the directions because it was one of my grandmother's recipes, and she was pretty vague about the instructions. So we had to FaceTime my mom, and my mom was just laughing. I think we made her day. Her and my dad were just laughing at us the whole time because we're like, but what does that mean? What? We don't know what that means. Hey Karen, how are you, my friend? Okay, I'm gonna try to go ahead and pop this upside down. So yeah, it was so funny. We could not. So have y'all made fudge before? So this is, okay, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm artsy and all that, but I'm not a cook. Hi Teresa, how are you? So needless to say, I didn't know what the instructions meant. So the instructions, I guess you have to get it cooking. You cook your fudge for a while, and then after it starts to thicken, she was saying that you put water in it. She kept saying you put water in it to see if it balls up, and I'm like, but wouldn't that make it runnier? I couldn't understand what that meant. And then I'm like, wait a minute, do you mean you get a cup of cold water and you put the cup down into the cup with the water in it inside the saucepan? I couldn't figure out what she was talking about. She was cracking up at me, laughing, and my daughter was like, same thing. She's like, I don't know what it means. Yeah, it was quite the adventure. My mom was like, you should have had this on video. I was like, yeah, like on how not to make fudge. So we went through, Michelle says, I love fudge. When I was dating my husband, my dad only got the rejects, right? We have a whole pan of rejects. So we did this twice, and the second time, I was just getting ready to dump it because we mixed it, oh, we just didn't know what we were doing. So I was getting ready to dump the whole entire thing again, and then we were just going to try this whole other recipe that just dealt with a microwave because we thought, well, we could handle that, right? And then at the last minute, we salvaged it, and we put it back on the stove and cooked it. You guys, finally, we figured out what she was talking about you drop a little like spoonful of the fudge into chilled water to see if it balls up. But that's not how it was. It was not like that on the directions. I swear to God, I wish I had the directions to show you. We were like, when we finally figured out, we were like, oh. So that's what we did this morning. It was so funny. Like, whatever. I was like, I don't know, but you better keep this boyfriend around for a while because that was hard stuff. She just started laughing. She was like, I know. So anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see a picture of us FaceTiming with my mama. So thank goodness for technology, right? You guys, look how pretty. So, like I said, I want to do a nice cover of this. This is really, really just absorbing all of the color. I'm getting it in all of the little grooves, and I'm tapping it in there. So I got a little off subject, didn't I, for a while, guys? Sorry about that. I know my friend Debbie Beard, she's always saying storytelling is great. So I'm like, well, that's one of those you really had to have been there. But that was my story for the day. We have been having fun. Playing, we've got 2 kittens at home that are, they're young. I think they're about as grown as much as they're going to get. But They're a lot of fun, and the dog, we've been having fun cooking a lot and all that good stuff. Hopefully I'll get better at my cooking skills after all of this, guys. Just saying. Something's gotta give. Really liking this color. This is faded burlap, gang. In case you're joining in late, and this is faded burlap. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, neutral kind of, it reminds you of like your favorite pair of khakis that you would wear. Although I always think of khaki being more green. So even when it doesn't work, it makes great spoon candy. Yeah, right? Well, we have the first batch we made. I was like, well, we can melt it down and like pour it on top of ice cream or whatever. But you guys, it's full of sugar. So much sugar, it's not even funny. All right. That's really pretty. Okay, so that's faded burlap. I'm not gonna clean my brush or anything at this point. I just wanna kind of do a little bit of blending with my second color, which is going to be this beautiful coral. It's called Cowgirl Coral. I have to say that very slow because I'll mess it up if not. It's hard to say. Say that 3 times really fast. And I hope I don't lose you over on Facebook because it's flickering at me a little bit. So let's get a little bit of this out, and I may use my little water bottle and, you know, help blend this in a little bit if I need to. I hope I'm not missing any of your questions. Again, those of you over on YouTube, and I hope I don't miss much of your questions. This is really pretty tapped in, guys. I'm just kind of tapping this into the faded burlap, okay? Oh, it's so pretty already, gang. Can y'all see the difference? I don't know if you can. I'll keep going. Yes, Cowgirl Coral is next. Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's so nice. So Michelle is dropping the links for you over there in Facebook land. I really appreciate that, Michelle. I want it really kind of like blended in. So it's gonna, you know, we're really going for that just earthy looking kind of those Santa Fe-ish colors. Thank you, Michelle. Southwestern kind of colors. And we're just kind of like blending and blending. What the burlap does, the faded burlap just gives it a really subtle, you know, more of a natural, because the coral's pretty bright, right? But you mix that burlap into it, guys, and it's just gorgeous. It brings it just to that natural, earthy, warm color that they have out in the Southwest, right? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna turn it because I want to be able to see it as I'm working on it. And again, I'm just tapping through. If it gets a little bit too You can squirt it if it gets too much in one area. You can just squirt it and it'll just blend it into that faded burlap a little bit, okay? Again, this is the Paint Pixie brush that I'm using. This is the large one. This is my favorite one. This is also the one that I paint all of my happy chairs with. And those of you over here on YouTube, I think I have some videos of some of the happy chairs that I've painted. I need to do another one pretty soon, because we can use some happy, right? We all need some happy. So what are all of you doing tonight? Are you doing things special at your house? You know, special nights of the week, like for the weekend? I mean, just because you're at home does not mean that you know, that you can't do some special things. So you can, like we're doing a little fire tonight. What is it that you could do at your house to make it special? You could have dinner maybe on your patio, or maybe maybe you do dinner like on the floor around a great big coffee table or something like that. That would be fun. Change your meal up a little bit, right? Spray that just a smidgen so it blends just a little bit. I don't want it completely too awfully wet. I hope I'm not missing y'all over here on YouTube. If you've not signed up, if you're over on Facebook, I would love for you guys to watch some of those videos that I have. A lot of times, some of the older videos, projects that I've done, like from last year, I get, and I still post pictures, but people will ask, like, how did you do that? And you can find those videos over on YouTube. Sometimes I edit those down and turn them into little tutorials. So feel free to go over there and learn some of the finishes. So let's see if y'all can see the difference. Hello Nancy, how are you? Hot Southern California. Now you're just bragging now. It's still I'm not complaining because we have sun today, so I'm just happy. But so if you're noticing, look at where I've added the coral versus where I've not. Isn't that a pretty combination? I really, really love it. I was doing some different samplings of colors, and I'll show you those here in a little bit because I wanted to show you the different colors with the wax and what it looks like, so you have a good kind of idea. And if there's something that if you're ever wondering, please feel free to inbox me, because that's how I'm doing this little demo right now. Is I've had a couple different customers asking about the wax that I'm going to use, and I said, you know, I'll just get on here and do a little demo, because they were wanting to see a product with that specific finish, and I had sold it, and so it was gone, and I couldn't find the pictures of it. So anyway, so we're just going to tap on here. Now, if you wanted to, you could even wipe some of this back off, because with the DIY clay-based paint, until you put a sealer on it, you can actually just wet distress. So what that means is you can just take even a wet wipe or a damp rag. I usually use a lint-free rag when I do that. You can use a paper towel. They don't hold up quite as well. And then you can just wipe off in little areas if you wanted. So if you wanted some of the undertone of this natural, the base color, which was kind of a yellowy tone, you could totally do that too. So it's very forgiving, very fun. And this is, you guys, the greatest, easiest way to update your decor with very, very little money and just a little bit of time. We're changing the entire look of this completely, just with paint and wax, which we haven't gotten to yet. Just a little tiny squirt. And you could, if you wanted to brush it, so if I brushed versus tapping, it would just have a little bit of a smoother kind of finish, right? It would be a little more blended looking rather than the stone look, which is what I'm going for here. Okay. Any questions? Did I miss? Hello, Sharon. I'm not sure what Michelle's talking about. She says her brain's foggy. That's okay. You're allowed to have fog brain during a pandemic, Michelle. You are completely forgiven. Right? Am I right? Or am I right? Make sure you get down into that lip a little bit and just kind of, you want to look it over, make sure that you've got it kind of evenly distributed. That was so pretty. I love it better already. Just need to do some blending over here. See what happens when I get to talking? So if y'all remember that the armoire that I did that had kind of like the beautiful Monet-ish kind of flowers on it, I use these two colors in that. I've got a little bit too much on right here, so I'm just going to see how that just wiped right off. I'll show you. See how that kind of wiped right off? It kind of wet distressed it. And you can leave it that way, or you can just pounce back over it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I want to let this dry just a little bit. And then we'll put this here. It looks like I missed maybe a little bit here. Okay. Pretty, love it, love it, love it. Completely changed the look. Okay, so while that's drying, I want to show you some little samples that I have already made and talk to you a little bit about the wax. Let me get this mess cleaned up here. Okay, so the next product I'm going to use after this dries, hi Marcia, is Shipwrecked, and it is a finishing wax. Again, by Debis Design Diary. I sell all of these products at growupcycledstudio.com. You'll go in, you'll just go under where it says shop and it says paint, and you'll find all of these products there. But this is what it looks like. It's just beautiful, very rich. It is also a natural product. Let me show the Facebook gang. It's an all-natural product. There's no smells. It's just used with natural like beeswaxes and things like that. So very, very fluffy, very soft. It never gets hard. I know I've had other brands of waxes that have gotten really, really hard on me before. So I think if you've not tried this, you do want to try it. I have more coming. This has been selling like crazy. I don't have much left, so if you try to buy it and it's sold out, just hang on because I have more coming. I promise you. All right. So let me just show you some color variations so you kind of know what this looks like on different finishes. So this is a little sample that I did with one of our whites, and you could do this on top of any white tone that we have. You could use white swan. We have vintage linen, which is one of my favorites, beadboard. So, but this is the contrast that you'll have when you use this over top of a lighter white tone, which I love. I think that's beautiful. This would be really, really pretty for any of the farmhouse lovers out there. This would be perfect for all of you. I'm trying to show you here. And again, the application of all of these little samples I did just like I showed you with using my French tip brush, and I was stippling it on here, just pouncing it on there with the first coat, and then I went over top of it with the wax, okay? So those are our whites. Okay, so this one I almost chose to do on here, but I didn't. But this, I hope you can see the difference. This is petticoat pink. I hope you can see the difference of the contrast. See the soft pink versus the white? I think it looks really pretty too. Let me show all the gang there. Facebook. It seems like, you guys, it seems like there's a better view of the color here on YouTube. I'm not sure why, but it's warmer, and I thought that looked really pretty. So I almost was going to do that with this one until I was like, no, I really want it more, you know, that earthy with the faded burlap. Okay, this one I thought was really interesting. I thought about doing this on the vase, but I didn't. I thought maybe it wouldn't be enough contrast for what we're doing today for the demo. But guys, isn't this pretty? So what I did was I used Apothecary for this one with the Shipwrecked Wax over top of Apothecary. And I just thought that was so soft and pretty, and just, and if you was to see it in person, you would really see all of the detail because I put that texture on it. So that wax, you can see all that wax and all the crevices and the detailing that I put on. But I thought that was pretty because it was so subtle. Okay, and I think this is probably one of my favorites. And this is probably not something typically you would think of doing, but it's gorgeous. And I'm gonna show you. Do I have anybody that loves green out there? Who loves green? So I used Fancy Farm Girl from the DIY Paint Company for this little sample. And you guys, I just love this. This is to die for. I really had to hold myself back from not doing the vase like this because it is gorgeous. And you know, maybe I will. I can always change it back if I want to. But look how pretty. That is Fancy Farm Girl. Beautiful bright green with the Shipwrecked Wax worked in it. And I'm sorry I'm not getting you guys a really good close-up there. But it's gorgeous. And now these samples, if you're noticing, especially on the close-ups, you can tell where it has a shimmer, just a slight sheen. So what you want to do is, you know, your paint has dried all the way. We're waiting on this little guy to dry. Your paint's dry. You've applied your wax. You let your wax set overnight, okay? You can wipe it immediately, get it where you want it, walk away from it. You'll come back 24 hours later, and then you just lightly buff it, and it gets this beautiful, beautiful sheen and the just variation of the tone. It's stunning, really. So that was, I think that's my favorite. So are there any questions about this, guys? I'm going to have to hit this with a hairdryer, so I apologize for the noise. It's kind of the name of the game when we're doing the lives. I was hoping it would dry enough. So any questions over here on YouTube? I see y'all watching, and I hope I've not missed your questions. I know I'll get probably more views later on the replay. So if you're watching this at another date, just make sure you put your questions in the comment section. And I've been trying to let you all know this over on YouTube. When you go to comment, you have to scroll all the way down. When you're watching a video, if you scroll, and you'll go past all the suggested videos, then you'll come to a comment section. And it recently occurred to me that there were some people that did not realize that. They didn't understand how to comment. So I've been trying to make sure that I explain that, because, you know, if you're new to YouTube altogether, those are things that you wouldn't know. So I appreciate you guys reaching out and asking me things like that, because I'm here to help you guys the best that I can, even with that sort of thing. Turn it up, sorry. Hi, Mary. Hey, Greg. Yes, Marcia, I will be using Shipwrecked on my vase. I have my heat turned up all the way on this. It's going to really speed it up. Hi, Cecily. Your order went out today, my friend. You should be getting that very soon. And thank you so much. Okay. So listen, so if you are doing this yourself at home, give yourself more time for the paint to dry, okay? We're just kind of rushing it today just for sake of the demo. Can't wait to see that wax. Yes, girl, you did. You've got it coming in the mail. And Marcia, you should have some of this. I think you've already bought yours. So let's see what this is going to look like. And I just grabbed, because my wax brushes are filthy dirty, so I just grabbed a cheap little chip brush. And it's just fine for little projects like this, okay? So let's just start smishing this in. You want to make sure that it gets in all the little grooves. This is really going to change the looks of it. Now listen, you could, if you do not want it to get this dark, you could add clear to it first. Oh goodness, where's my towel? Let me go grab my towel. So okay, let me get back here so I can explain it. So so I can explain it. Just explain it. I'm not going to be able to get this open. Hold on. It's like that. Who is it on TV? It says, you got some splaining to do. Can't remember. All right, I went and grabbed my clear too. I'm going to show you the difference of what I'm talking about here. My brush so that y'all can. So I'll do one handle that has no clear on it, and then I'm going to do this one that does have clear. I normally always use clear, but I just thought it would be pretty to be a little more drastic with bolder, I guess, right? Go bold. Okay, so that's the clear on it. And let's go ahead and put this on. And then I'll show you the difference. It should give you a good little example here. All right, and then you're going to take your little rag and you're just going to start wiping it off. So what you'll be doing is you're just going to wipe it off and to get it kind of like the color that you want it. Let me show you the difference. Ricky Ricardo, thank you. Got some splaining to do. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the difference between when you use, when you use clear first versus not using clear, okay? Can you see the difference? So this is a little more subtle, and this is going to be a little more bolder. Now let me show y'all over here. This is a little softer, and this is a little bolder. Okay? Now, let's say that you think it's too bold and you want to erase it. You're just going to dip into your clear, and you're going to apply it right over top of the color that you put on. So let's say you made a mistake or whatever. Let's just pretend. We don't really make mistakes in this world. We just, right? It's like Bob Ross. There's only happy accidents. Right? Love that. Okay. So you're just going to apply it like that, and then you're going to just wipe back off. So you're just creating like an eraser kind of effect with it. And then you just rub it. You could even use your rag if you wanted. Dip in. And it just wipes it right back off. So, you know, so basically don't be afraid of it. I just want you to get in there and experiment with it and see. See, they're both very similar now in tone, right? This is so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. I'll go ahead and start with my clear. I do have still several clear waxes available, more so than the Shipwrecked. At least in the smaller containers. I do have more coming. Just not sure when, but and I usually give you guys notifications. I usually come on live and let you all know when everything's in so that you're aware. I'm going to do just a quick layer. I do really like this. It's subtle. And I love the warm hues of it. I really think it's pretty, even just with the paint finish too. So, okay, so let's go back at it with our wax. Make sure if there's any little grooves, if you want to put it, you want to make sure that you get plenty of it meshed in. You can just kind of, I'm using a good bit of force, and I'm just going to just kind of smush it in there. Okay. Ladies, I will be doing a special. We have our 5-year anniversary coming up, and I know it's going to be a little different. We normally do a big open house and do a big party, but we're still going to do that. It's going to be online, and there's going to be a lot of giveaways. So we will have some special things that I'll have my VAs helping me, and I'll have them probably do some of the giveaways while we're live. So you have to be live to get the giveaways. And there'll be, if you're not on my email list, you want to make sure you get on my email list so you get notified of what all that's going to be. Okay? Okay. Enough of that, huh? All right, let's go ahead and just start wiping off. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, can you see how it's starting to pop now? All those little cracks and crevices and details that the vase had are starting to pop out now. So for our anniversary party, we always do a taco bar, and so we might have all of you have tacos that night. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to eat tacos, but we might after it's done. So what was your favorite color combination? Does anybody have a favorite? Hello, Elisa. Oh, this is so pretty. Some of that, I rubbed it. See, because it's fresh paint, right? It's fresh. And so, since it hasn't cured any, a little bit of that yellow undertone wiped off, and like, let me just tell you, I am not hating that at all. Isn't it pretty? Beautiful, beautiful. Can y'all see? For some reason the color, you guys over on Facebook here, looks, your colors aren't looking. I like the fancy farm girl. Yes, girl. Who said that? I saw that pop up. I'm not sure who it was that said that, but you are a girl after my own heart. It's really pretty, you guys. I wish you could see it in person because the colors on the screen are not really, oh, it's really pretty. I think YouTube, you're getting probably a little bit closer to the real colors, but look at all the warmth showing through, guys. Isn't that cool? So such an easy transformation. So keep your eyes open for things like this at your little flea markets and thrift shops. You can find stuff like this pretty cheap on the marketplace and things like that, you know, and really pick up some cool stuff. Love the yellow. Yes, me too. I do too. So again, I hope this was a great demo, and I hope that you got a really good idea of all of the different variations of colors and how they can all kind of pop using the exact same wax. You get all those different kind of finishes. This one I think is one of my favorites. It's just, I don't know, it's just so beautiful. Something about that green. I love greens and blues together, which doesn't sound like would be good, but I do. Wow, is that Farm Fresh? Lisa, I hope I saw your name right. Farm Fresh, are you asking about this one? This was Apothecary. With the exact same Shipwrecked Wax in it. Sue, hi Sue, I was just thinking about you the other day. Old 57 and Cowgirl Coral. Boho and Old 57, Boho and Kissing Booth. I've had this forever, so I think it was just like a flea market. It's a little flea market find. A little something I picked up. I mean, I've had it for years. Just little things that I pick up. But I do love the warmth of it. It's going to be pretty. I'll try to get a photo of it with some flowers outside. That'll really be pretty. Any other questions, gang? Please, if you do have questions, just put it in the comment section. And again, you can find all these products on my website. And if you love learning different techniques about painting, whether it is for art techniques or if it is with some of the DIY projects that I do, then you're going to want to make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel so you can see all the good stuff that we're going to be doing, okay? All right, guys. So it's been so fun to hang out with you. I'm going to go hang out by the fire tonight. So I hope you're all having a great week and finding yourself a little bit of peace and taking time to actually even enjoy it. So it can be done. So I will talk to y'all really soon. Bye, guys.